Welcome back to the Pursuit of Accuracy. We're out here today at the Gadsden Shooting Center, and I want to just make a quick video and talk about why I think, especially if you're running an MDT ACC, why you need to look at ditching one of these plates and go with the Baker Wings. So plates are super common for PRS, NRL type of shooting. You're getting more surface area on the bag for contact area, and that's great for a lot of reasons. But when you're running a rimfire and you're running a plate, it is bad for one specific reason, and let me show you what that is. So the issue with the plates is that they take up room under the ARCA rail here. You can see we have our magazine and we have our chassis, and in between there is a nice cutout relief area, and that is where your bag is going to kind of contact the chassis as you push into it. When you add this plate system, now what you're doing is bringing that up, and now right in here we have very little chassis to bag engagement. So as you load into this, what you're actually getting is a lot of magazine to bag contact, which can rock your magazine backwards. It can cause feeding issues, but even if it doesn't cause feeding issues on your platform, it's not very steady because it's a kind of spongy plastic thing, and you really don't want that. You really want the bag into the chassis into the bag. That's gonna be a lot more stable, and this is why I have let go of my plate systems and now I run the Baker Wings. All right, so with that out of the way, now we have our Baker Wings. So we still have our wide area underneath here. You can see how wide this is compared to the stock MDT ACC. So we have our width, so we have more contact surface area with the bag, but we allow the chassis to sit lower on the bag, and we get a lot more chassis contact with the bag right here. So as we're loading into this, we're not really pushing in with the magazine, we're pushing in on the flat face of the chassis, kind of how that's designed to be done. Now what that has done for me is allow me to not worry about inducing any kind of flex or movement in my mag to cause me feeding issues. But like I said, even if you're able to do that with like your Rim-X or whatever, it's not really what you want. So that's a big benefit to these. Now, obviously this was created to go on the MDT ACC, and that's what I run, and that's why I tried these, and I've had these for several months, and I've been kind of quiet about it because I wanted to be absolutely sold on them and that they would be replacing my plates before I came out and said it. All right, so we're gonna run a quick 10-round stage out here. We're probably gonna pop off of these rocks on and off and kind of hit these positions. Over here, we really can't see the target. There's a paper target out there. It's a little shot up. We didn't put it up, it was already up, but there is a cluster of kind of pasters out there. This is at 100, so we're gonna see how we do. If we can kind of keep them around those pasters, I think we'll see impacts on them. And we're gonna see if we have any feeding issues. We're using Eley match ammo, so Eley EPS, the flat nose kind of bullet, and same setup as always. And we're gonna see how these Baker Wings do. All right, here we go. So aim at the right one. There it is, got it that time for sure. That's gonna be our goal. We need to annihilate that right side paster. This position a little harder. And we're not using our pillow bag. All right, let's go back over here. So far, 0 issues, which is basically what I've experienced since I went to this. Super steady here. All right, so as you can see, I haven't noticed any kind of difference as far as what I can do off a prop with the Baker Wings. Everything to me feels the same. It's just like having a plate on here. Actually, it's a little easier for me to grab and manage the rifle with these. But overall, I'm super satisfied with these and would highly recommend them to anybody who's looking, especially if you have an ACC. And you still have plenty of room for weight. You can see here, I'm running 2 external weights. I have a full set of internals. I have Baker Wings, and I have the Mirage Shield, which is, you know, just kind of for looks because I really like the way it looks on this rifle, and it does add a hair bit of weight up front, but super happy with it. So I wanted to be short and sweet with this, and like I said, this is not really an advertisement, but if you were having trouble with your rimfire, if you're having to be conscious about how much pressure you're putting in because you're worried about putting too much pressure on the magazine and you're using a chassis, then maybe you should be looking at the Baker Wings. Honestly, I love them. They're going to be on every rifle that will accept them from here on out. And honestly, at first I wasn't really sold because it's a different feel, but once you get used to them, they become very second nature, and you gain the ability to get the same surface area as the plate without having to worry about losing that height or having more bad contact with your magazine. So if you're in this boat with your rimfire game, then they're worth taking a look at. If you're around Missouri, I'm going to be at most of the matches out here for 22. If you want to give this thing a try, give it a run and a match, anybody is more than welcome to come up before or after the match. If you want to shoot this setup to see what it feels like, I'd be happy to let you try it out before you buy them. But I appreciate you guys watching. We'll catch you on the next one.